How y'all doing? Hold on, why am I off to the side like that? Ooh. Hello! How are you guys? Well, let's just have to wait a whole week for the next episode, though. That's why I wait for things to come out and then binge it. Thank you for the beam wolf. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, that's why I I wait for anime to like fully come out and then I binge it. And if I start it and it's not done, then I will wait to watch it until the rest of it is out. I can't do it. I do enough weekly waiting for manhwa and stuff. I can't with anime. But I'm glad you had a good time. Tinso! 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 Doing good. Here to lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Wolf. Have a wonderful night. Okay. We gotta do this stuff. We gotta do the stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. True, but counterpoint, cute anime horse girls. That's a good point. That is a good point. I guess it's just a matter of if you want little doses of cute anime horse girls or one big sitting. Yeah, I'm not sure which one to do. I'm struggling with the scared emote because I might want to switch it out for something else. I'm really not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Let's do the cozy emote for now. Angry is also a difficult one because either it's not very effective. Like, the only inspiration thingies that I've seen really for angry emotes are the same face over and over again, and that one's effective. But it's the same one over and over again. And I don't want to just be doing the same thing, but just with my face. So it's like, I need to find a different specific expression that'll convey the mood. Do you know what I mean? I'm also going to have my thingy here. Let's see, Twitch. Emote. Cozy. And then one of my inspirations is actually Kinney's melt emote. Just top part emote inspo. Which angry expression keeps popping up? The first one that comes to mind is the angry cat noises one. It is like, where half the mouth is cut off. And they're kind of just poking up from underneath. Hold on. It's usually like, forgive my very rough drawing here. Like that. You know what I mean? Duplicate. Dude, what have I scrapped? Okay, nothing really. Like head tilted back slightly too? Kind of, yeah. It's just, I've seen it so many times. I want to be able to add a little bit of flavor to all of them, you know? Okay, first. How much detail do I want on the blanket? Hi, Pajama How you doing? I must race more horse? Do it. Become the fastest horse girl there has ever been. Let's see. The thing about digital drawing, like digital art, is you can get really lazy with it. I'm not gonna lie, I am, like, the warp tool and just moving things around has made me so lazy. I'm trying to get one specific skill, which I have a spark for, and RNG keeps screwing me. Don't know what a spark is, but that sucks ass, and I'm sorry. I am aware, I am familiar with the RNG pain. Okay, you know what? Let's start with the face, actually. And then we can build the blankie around it. Oh, it's way too big. You know what? This one can actually be one that's facing the other way, because I don't want all of my emotes to be facing the same direction. It drives me a little crazy. Still gonna draw this way, though. Spark is something from a veteran Uma that gives your current run extra stats or skills. I have a spark for the skill I want, but I'm not getting the skills. Okay, Yuri. When they come out, I'll just redeem the modify emote and flip them all back. Fantastic. You know what? That is a choice that you are fully allowed to make. Yeah, I want kind of like a look like I'm kind of melting. Where's the image? Thank you for the lick. But frankly, that's way too fucking big. Let's get rid of this. And I'm not super happy with the face shape. I'm the cotton pimp. That sounds so weird. I'm sure you do. I don't really have any... do I? What are my biggest redeems? The Moidu first, which probably a fair amount of people have the points for. And then the next biggest one is 1,500. I need to come up with more redeems. What did I say like about redeems? Almost there. Ooh. I gotta up the Moidu first thingy. Yeah.
Did you guys know, Yui is a certified cutie? She recently received an award for being the cutest in the world. That is very pog. She also has a beautiful voice and is very talented. That is very pog. Watch out, chat. She may capture your hearts.
Thank you, Zarek. And yes, if you take meds or vitamins and this is around the right time for you to do that, this is your reminder. Thank you very much. I have already taken my meds. I'm doing good. How are you, Zarek? Even if Moidu isn't in stream, I'll let you know when they're first. Okay. Hold on. This isn't quite right. There we go. Slept rather late today. Slept in late or went to sleep late? And if, regardless, how was your sleep? Did you get enough sleep? See, that's really cute. I think I like the bigger one. Yes to all of the above. You had a good sleep and you did sleep enough? Okay. Glad to hear it. That's good. What is this? Oh, the blankie. I always struggle with this. Like, drawing eyelids like this. Like, they can't be, like, totally symmetrical when they're on an angle like that. But, I don't know. Do I want lashes? Maybe. Okay, we'll keep those on a maybe. Went to bed late, woke up later, was a decent sleep, and it was enough. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Yes. Chubby your cheek always. When in doubt, chubby your cheek. You can never go wrong. When in doubt, puff cheek out. Jesus. Nope. Gonna lurk for a bit. The urge to Umamusume has hit and I need to train the fatty, affectionate Oguri cap. No idea what that means, but you go for it. Go win, son. And trust and believe. I understand. I understand the urge to affectionately name characters fatty. Listen, listen. Monato? Monato's tits. You best believe I re-downloaded ZZZ just for Monato and his massive heart. I see so many Moto edits. I don't think this is gonna... I'm just gonna beep, 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 beep. Oh, that's garbage. Okay. Oguri Cap eats giant mountains of food in the anime. Her IRL counterpart did nothing but eat and sleep outside of training or races, so the community calls her fatty affectionately. That just reminds me of, I don't like... What's her name? Hyacine? In Honkai Star Rail, right? They call her little unicorn guy fat fuck, which I love. I think that's good. This one just doesn't look quite right. I think that does help. Yeah, we'll go with that. Been falling behind on the story for Star Rail and Genshin. I'm losing my day one edge. You know, I've been slacking pretty hard on it too. At this point, it's like I haven't been enjoying the story on either of them lately. Natlan was just such a letdown, and so far, Amphorius in Hong Kong is like okay, but so long. It feels so long. Just dailies and log off. Yeah, I've been slacking on events in Genshin real bad. And I just need to be like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to do it. I need to get it done with. And then I'm like, this is actually a game and it's entirely optional, and the only thing I'm getting from it is like some meager in-game rewards. So I don't know why gachas have me by the balls so bad that I think I have to do the events. Two words. Anime, women. No, it's not enough anymore. It's not enough when I don't enjoy the I think one of the main things that I loved about Genshin so much, anywhere from Mondstadt to Fontaine, was the exploration. And going around in the like world. I think I found the quests really tedious. So now in Natlan, where I don't even enjoy going around anyway, because so many of the times, unless you have special characters, you like need to inhabit Saurians, and Saurians can't fucking run. So you're just so slow, man. It's not the moth, like the night soul stuff. It's so complicated. I'm just like, I'm done, man. There's only so much you can add to the game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm keeping it installed at least because I want Columbina in Genshin, because she's really pretty. Literally, like, I don't know if she adds any account value. She's probably gonna be good. I don't care. She's just pretty. Okay? So that's kind of where I'm at with Genshin. Do I add a little nose? I don't know. Oh, the nose is kind of cute. I don't know. I might keep it. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's figure out the blankie situation. Okay, let's make the brush a little smaller. No. I miss the days where I actually saved up for Eula's rerun banner because she's my definitive favorite character. Now she sits in my roster collecting dust. Yeah, we love the power creep. Gotta love that power creep. Okay, how much detail do I want on the actual blankie? How much do I want it to hug? That just looks like hair at that point. This might be the vibe. Okay, first, let's plonk all the head stuff into that folder. Maybe one or two mini sheep on either side of the head. That's cute. I think that'll be too small to see in an emote, though. You know? They'll just look like little gray dots. It's really cute, though. That's one of the tricky things about emotes. It's just... you need to keep in mind if it's going to translate well to the size of a fucking penny. How do I feel about that? Is that erasing too much? Okay, not bad, not bad. If you do a light blue blanket with medium/dark gray sheep, they might stick out a bit more. The issue is not so much the color difference, it's more like you might not be able to tell what it is when it's at a really small size. Like if I do a sheep here, right? It's cute, but then you zoom out and you can't really see it. You know what I mean? When it's close up, it's really cute. That's why when I'm drawing emotes, even if I would like to put a lot of stuff in, sadly, I cannot. It's also why I take out a lot of details. Like sometimes with the shy thingies emote here, oh, I do need to add a little flower here. Here, like, I don't have my little braids in front of my shoulders because it would just make it too busy. It would be hard to tell the fingers when they're really small, if there's a bunch of stuff going on there. Maybe 2 slightly bigger ones where the hands are. Yeah. I need a flower here too. And here, I'm just missing a whole lot of flowers. I'll get back to it, it's fine. Yeah, and sometimes I just like omit the choker. Nope. Why? What is this? There we go. That's what. Okay. Yeah, you might be able to see some in my current emotes. Hold on. Do I have it? OG emotes, there we go. A couple of my older emotes, you can see I put a little bit of like the sleeve frill there. I generally haven't been doing that lately, just because you don't really see it, and it just adds more black line, you know? What a face to zoom in on. Here I have it. Here I don't because it's so tiny. Here I have it because it's a little bigger. Here I don't because it's so tiny. Here the hand is the main focus, so I'm just not putting the sleeve all together. Hi, it's Yuri. More like, hit on me, Yuri. You're so cute. I love you. I love you too, Ghosty. You're so cute. Yeah, here I don't have any frills because it's so teensy tiny. How are you doing though? You're paying the hospital bills, but don't worry, I'm Canadian. It won't be much. You're good? I'm glad. Ooh, 3-stream streak. I am also good. I'm really tired, I'm not gonna lie. I did not sleep well. But fuck it, we ball. Is that still readable? I think so. I might have to turn down the edges a little bit. And then... Wait. Did I did a little bit, but actually it's fine. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. Been having a lot of nightmares. My friend also hasn't been sleeping well. She's been having a lot of nightmares about her abusive ex, so I'm sad for her. I just want to fix it all for her. Yeah. It is really tough when there's, you know, there's just not much you can do to help the people that you love. I'm sorry to hear that, for you and your friend. Oh. I was like, why is it not showing up? Hold up. Do I do a little... That kind of makes it look like I have a fever. I don't know. I'll leave that one. I'd kill a bitch if she let me, but she says no violence. She's smart. Good. That's for the best. Where's the hair? Here we go. Honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe I do want a little bit of a pattern. I'll do little clouds. Hold up. Aha. Let's hand draw it. That's good. Yep, I think that's good. Yippee! Cozy. I made this way smaller so that I could fit the other things in there. Boop, boop. Hmm? Hmm? What? Oh, weird. Wait, what? Where's the blue? Is this the blue? This is the blue. Okay. Weird. Okay. Cozies. Put that in there. Honestly, let's do gun. This one should also be flipped. It needs to be pointing at the screen. I need to try and draw a gun. Okay, let's cheat a little bit. Let's use a rectangle. And then let's skew. And then perspective. And then unskew that a little bit. Okay. Is that still a little too skewed? Okay. Duplicate. Not super sure how thick a gun should be. I'm straight up just gonna copy the one from that cat nitro emote. That'll be my gun design. Move that in a little bit. Straight line. Way too big. Okay. We've got our cylinder, I think? Hold on. It's a little bit. Huh? Okay. I feel like one of the sides is a little off. But that's okay. barely notice. Is it too long? No. It's too thick. There. And then we can carve out some of those details. Chop off the edges. Like that? Okay. We'll clean this up more later. Oh. Okay. Oop. Oop. And then it has a little thingy here. And then it has like a line here, a little dip here. Does anyone here know how to draw a gun? And if so, help. Help. Okay. And with this line, we get this. And then 4 little lines here. The difference in them is a little too much. Okay. And then we have kind of like a this thing. Okay, and this ends sooner. Okay, and then there's like a little knob up here. That looks gun-ish. Okay. And over here, there's like a panel of thingies. There are a lot of lines there, but I don't want to make it super duper complicated, so I'm just gonna add a few. And then we're gonna do hello. Okay. We can do that. Make it a little bigger. Alright. Center it. Duplicate. Okay. That's pretty gun-like. That's not bad. Let's tidy this up. And I'm not going to worry about the back too much because hopefully my hands will be covering it. Man, okay. Okay, now another question is, do you want this kind of face? Looks pretty good. Thank you! Ugh, a gun's hard. Do I want this kind of face? Or this kind of face? Damn. What a glow up. What a glow up. Okay. Let's just draw the actual face outline, and then I can determine the expression, I think. Hi, Prisma! How are you? It's good to see you. Just woke up. Good morning. I'm okay. I'm a little sleepy today, but gotta do some art. Trying to draw a gun, and I'm not good at that. Not only do I not draw guns, I hardly ever look at them, so it's a little tricky. If I lock this, can I still move it? No. Okay. I'll just have to remember. You're doing very good at drawing gun. Thank you. I was straight up copying. Straight up copying. It's, let's see. Emote refs. Image. Browse. Desktop. Art. Emote refs. This. There we go. That is directly the gun that I am ripping off. So I was just trying to copy it with literally like the line and rectangle tool. I'll keep this like, you know, right over here for reference. What are you guys? I'm just not sure which expression I want. Okay, here's the issue. That's the same emote I have on my server? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the cat ones are cute. It's all, the cat one also inspired, this one. What expression do I want? Do I want like a straight face or like a hee gun? I think just a line. Something about the face doesn't look right, though. It's too far forward, that's why. Ah. Okay. Couple little eyelashes. Me. Ah, thank you. Yes. If you take meds or vibrate. Hydrate, no. If you take meds or vitamins, I combined vitamins and hydrate into the closest word that I could think of. If you take meds and or vitamins, and this is around the right time for you to take those, this is your reminder. I've already taken mine. Thank you. I shall also hydrate, and it is currently 9 p.m. for me, 9:08. Blink. Yeah, I think kind of like a deadpan expression is what I want. And then... no eye shines. Okay, I vibrate. Me when I forget to vibrate. Listen, no brain. When have you ever known me to have a brain? My bangs in this are just an almond. This is just an almond. Most of these are just an almond. Or sunflower seed. Okay, interesting. Anyway. Bro. Bro. You know what that'll do. Yeet. I always suck at that part. PM. Okay. Before we continue with the head, we need to do the body. Let's see. Monday? What? It's still Sunday for me, if that's what you're asking. Just confused. Yeah, I'm PST. So, technically California time, but I am in Canada. Too sleepy to think? Yeah. It do be like that. Most of the time for me. Bro. Okay. Add a little flour there. Okay, this can also do a little bit more this way. They are gonna go under the braid, but I'm just gonna keep them there for now. Or under the thingy. My fatty lost the race of her career even after using all 3 retries. Gonna have to try again tomorrow. I'm sorry. I wish you and your fatty better luck tomorrow. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky. Let's put the gun in there. Yeet. And start doing hands. How gun? Let's do those cartoon 3 fingers. shall we do 2 hands? Sure. Okay. Blah. I do also have to focus on the summer event going on accelerated schedule since the global version came out almost a year after the JP version, so I may need to train the humble Formula 1 engine instead. I'll link you on Discord in a bit. Okay. If I just... No. Okay. Shite. Okay. I think that works. Do I make the gun bigger? I think so. I think that's good. Whoa, sorry. For now, I do need to get some sleep since I have work tomorrow, so I wish you a very comfy, cozy rest of stream. So as per usual, if I don't see you later, then good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you, Eggy. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful day tomorrow. I appreciate it. And I will stretch. Oh, chest pop. That's good. The only thing I'm a little conflicted about is this big blank space here. But c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Okay. Even I heard that pop. There's sometimes my like chest pops. I don't know what it is. It's like the very front, like bony part of my chest. You know, where you like bang on your chest and that part. Sometimes when I stretch real good, there's like a pop from there. I don't even know what it is. Gun. I feel like this is not... Yeah, that was not the right color. Okay. Doot 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 doot. Doot doot doot. 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 Ribs? I don't know. It feels too like center high up. Like the ribs are kind of lower down and they don't fully meet in the center front, right? Like there's something between like that connects, but it's not the ribs themselves. I actually really don't know that much about anatomy. Oh, ha, ha. But yeah, it's like a few inches down from the center of my collarbone. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it feels good. Okay. What else do we got? We got angry and scared. And then I think we do have some like free space to play around. Well, I wanted to do a dance one. I know what you mean. Clavicle? Is that it? It sounds right. I don't know if it is. Clavicle. No, that's the collarbone. Chest bone. Chest bone. Sternum. The sternum. From that area. Okay. Emote. Thingy. Here's the tricky thing, is I want an angry emote, but so many of them are really, really similar. Oh, thank you for following. Oh. Sigonuvi? I absolutely butchered that for sure. Please feel free to correct me, but welcome and thank you for following. You are now one of my little sleepyheads. Yeah, so the issue with the angry emotes is most of the ones that I see are very, very similar. Sigonuvi? Did I get it? Oh my god. I'm a god. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. That's shocking. Cool. I'll take it. Hold on. A lot of angry emotes. Oh. A lot of angry emotes are like this. That's like such a bad representation. But you know what I mean? Like it's slightly cut off at the bottom. And I want to do something a little different. I'm just not sure what. Thank you for the headband. Here, I'll let you guys see what I'm looking at too. Hopefully nothing weird shows. Where's Chrome? Chrome! There you go. I do love this. I just don't think I can recreate it. I have a pout that's kind of like that. Why would there be something weird? Because it's Google Images. Moiru has something like that. It's really cute. Someone has an eating grass emote. Love that for them. But yeah, this is one that I see very frequently. It's here. It's here. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's there. It's everywhere. I have searched up angry before, but that didn't come up with much different stuff. Okay, then I think the question is, what kind of angry do I want? Do I want just like a frown angry? Do I want a yelling angry? Do I want a seething angry? You know what I mean? What do you think you would get the most use out of? I think a yelling angry. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm literally keeping these up here because I don't want to make it too similar to the pouting emote. Gonna make some ham and eggs? Enjoy. Make them green. Green eggs and ham. Prisma, were you... Do you know the Dr. Seuss story? Okay, I think you just don't understand the reference. Don't worry, it's a reference to like a super, super popular children's book. No, you're good. Enjoy your eggs and ham. I can try spooking them to green. You're so cute. Do I want eyes open or closed? You know when you put cold water on hard-boiled eggs after cooking them so they don't break immediately? Is that what you do that for? I just thought it was to cool them down so you can eat them. And to like stop them from cooking more. I thought it was just like, hey, my eggs are boiled. I'm gonna cool them down now so that they're not piping hot. Abschrecken? Oh, there is a word for it in English, I think. Word for... Maybe I just heard my mom say abschrecken. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. For cooling egg. Shocking. Yeah. Shocking. Yeah, okay, it's to instantly halt the cooking process, which makes sense, because if you, like, soft boil an egg, and then you just leave it and you don't, like, make it cool down, it's probably just gonna continue cooking into a hard-boiled egg. You know? With the heat that's trapped in it. I spook the eggs. I gotcha. I know what you mean. I don't know. Too tired, too many typos. I get it. I shall hydrate. Thank you very much. Delete. Nike checkmark eyebrows. What? Why is this a reference layer? Here we go. What? Is it easy to make you angry? No. No, I am not a very angry person. You gotta do something. Either you'll make me angry in like a silly way, like I'm not actually angry, but I'll just... I know I do it with Bishop. Sometimes he likes to say things like he hates wiggle worms. Wiggle worms are stupid. And I'm like, you can take your opinion and shove it down the fucking toilet and drown yourself in it. You know, but I'm not like angry. To make me angry is difficult. I really don't know how to do this. Yeah, I might need a reference on this. Mouths are hard. might need to edit the face shape here a little. You broke an egg? What happened? Did it just crack in the pot? You dropped it? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you make another? Do you not want to? It was the last 3? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anything else you can get to spice up your breakfast and make up for the other egg? Need to get groceries, but shops aren't open yet. Yeah. Okay, just... Got some veggies? That's good. That's good. I'm glad. This is kind of looking similar to the hype, but hopefully it'll be different enough. Tomato, bell pepper, cucumber. That sounds yummy. Have some veggies on this side. I just wonder. Duplicate. Erase this one. Erase this one. think a little high up is good. Is it the eyes that I don't like? Duplicate. Oh yeah. Whoa, Jesus. Butterfly. Think also gonna make avocado and bread. Yes, avocado toast is delicious. Mom made an avocado paste and I can't stop eating it with everything. Okay, so is it guacamole? Is that? Sort of, I think. Okay, that's not bad. Hello? Oh. Isn't guacamole a bit spicy? No, doesn't have to be. Here, hold on. What is guacamole by definition? Guacamole is an avocado-based dip, spread, or salad. Yeah, I think as long as it has, like, guacamole as the main ingredients and it's mashed up, it's basically guacamole. Sometimes it has, like, pepper in it and stuff that makes it spicy. I've had plenty of guacamole that's not spicy. Yeah. But also, if you're eating it with bread, I think most people who speak English just say avocado toast. Or is avocado toast like whole avocado? Nope, nope, that's mashed is fine too. I'm learning a lot of things. Yay! I feel like... Okay. Oy. Yeah, fuck it. Squish the face in a little. Okay. Bloop. Squish that face. Squish that cat. Boop, boop. My kitty cam overlooking what I'm cooking. I have her... Oh, I gave her a bit of the non-cooked ham. That's good. Can she... Is it bad if it's cooked? Or are you just adding stuff? Is that why? Adding to it and oil-wise autocorrect. I get it. I get it. And sometimes it's not even autocorrect. Sometimes you know how something is spelled, but your fingers are clumsy, and you press enter really fast without thinking about it. I do that a lot. Oop. There we go. Let's make a folder for the face. Beep bop boop beep bop. Perfect. Do you want to see her? Yes. Yes, I do. By all means, feel free to DM me cat. Hold on. Oh my god, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so little. What a dainty girl. Oh, she's so cute. What a cutie pie. Thank you for sharing. She's very cuddly, always cuddle time. Baby. She's just so baby. Okay. That hair does just, it just does not seem right. Okay. Okay, let's do body, I guess. Okay. Just a bit sad because if I live on my own soon, I can't take Kitty with me. That is very sad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you wanting to move out? Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm very sorry. That is a difficult situation. I hope you can find a situation where you can move out, but still at least often visit your kitty. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it like that, and it's gonna be a little shaky. Shaky, shaky. Where is that mark from what? Ah. far away so I can visit a lot. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. Do I want to just like think so? I think that's good. I don't know if it's the best angry emote I've ever seen, but it is usable and it is a vibe, so I think this is gonna have to be animated with like that kind of thing. It's amazing, thank you. What is that? Oh, horns, that's why. Ooh. Something like that, roughly. Hold on. Then we can actually do. Ooh. Hold up. Yep. You would like to use it? Yay! That is the goal. The goal is to make something people can actually get good use out of. I don't want to be like, here, have some emotes that you're never gonna use. I want something that's like, ooh, I know just the emote for this, you know? I'm gonna leave the overflow of it. Done. Deku. Okay. Angry is done. Yeet. Yeet. All that's left is scared. And if I want to do any extras, that is also a thing that I can do. I know I want to redo my original emotes. Most of them, I don't want to actually like redo. I just want to make it so that the black line art isn't as harsh. So basically I would just be recoloring them. Like, for the love one, I basically want to just redo it, but with less black. Lurk, I think, could also use a little less black. That kind of stuff. I love, like, looking at these and zooming in real close and then hiding it and then having a fantastic expression behind it. Okay. Twitch emote. Scared. Now, so look up Twitch emote. Fear. Twitch emote. Scary. No. What about afraid? Okay. Afraid I can ditch. Okay. Before I start on this one, I do need to take a little bathroom break, so I will do a BRB and see you guys shortly. I'm back, and I had an excellent idea. Technically, I didn't have it now. I was looking through my notes to see if... Sometimes, you know, when I'm half asleep, I just write shit down. Sometimes emotes. And so I looked through, there were some that I was like, yeah. There is one. You know that thing where it's like the tongue out and the head wiggle? That thing? I gotta do that. I also want to do a dance one. Hold on. I want to redo the dance one, basically. I can spell. We could also do a raid emote. Ooh, sheep. Sheep march. Yep. Yep. Last minute additions. Okay, but we do gotta look through some scared emotes. Do I have anything in my inspiration folder? Here, let me show my Chrome again. This one's not bad. This one's not bad. Thank you. It's hard to find specific ones. I was also thinking of a eye glint emote. I might. I like this. There's something about these super simplified ones that are just so good. Okay, I think I want to do these types of eyes. I really like the dead one. Oh, dread one? Wait. Which one? Snuff dread? Oh, the one that the one that you used. It is good. The little superimposition of the second thing is good. It's very slow zoom out existential dread. Okay, you know what? Let's just get to sketching. Let's see where our hand takes me. My hand takes me. What? I don't know. Duplicate. There we go. Where's the circle? Oh, I'm dumb. It was hidden. Oh, sorry, I still have Chrome up. Oh, for fuck's sake. There you go. I think I could do this one this way. Need to wash up the thingies I used? No problem. What mouth do I want? Okay, first of all, I like these eyebrows. Do I want more squigglies? No. Maybe. This might be a no-nose move here.
this that I need? Oh, okay, mouth higher up, yes. Eyes. Maybe. Maybe. Undecided. This is also bugging me. Hold on. There we go. Oh, first try. Yay! I love it when that happens. Although it's rarely.
on. Let me adjust my crappy seating.
What was that symbol? I liked that symbol. It's like a little crown. Be bigger. I think that's good. Ah! Just got to touch that up. Fudge. With tears or without? Hold on. Do we want to make the eyebrows a little more rounded? Nope, I think we're good with the originals. Okay. Okay. That's another one down. At this point, we have everything we need from this list. Let's just... We can hide this, I think. And then let's do that last one as the eye glint. Ooh. Okay. That is is 4 more emotes done. And those were done pretty fast. Well, the sketches. How many more emoted slots?
Moochie, how are you, Angel?
It's going good. We've got 4 more sketches done. We've got the cozy, the gun, the angy, and the scared. And I think the last ones are gonna be these guys. However, all of these, except for the eye glint, are animated. So I need to count. I have like 16 animated slots. So on 1, 2, 3. That would replace it. So 4, 5. I'm good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I have room for like 2 more. But I'm probably not gonna tackle that yet. But that also means I don't have to change the loading one just yet. You amazing Kachawa drawing? I am really not, but thank you. I am faster than usual today, but I am not Kachawa drawing at all. Twitch emotes. I glint. How do you describe that? Eye shine? Just glint? Gleam? How do you describe that? I'm also considering one that's like this. I don't know. Okay. Tongue out? No. No, that's not what I want. Tongue wiggle. We can do dance one. We can do tongue wiggle. What was the other one? Sheep march. And nope. Make this one. We did. Thank you for the head, Papa Tub. How you doing? Okay. Wait, was there another one? Oh, eye glint. Yep. Thank you. Headed to bed, just doing a drive-by wellness check while I continue to lyric. Well, thank you for the lyric. I love you. Yes, actually, thank you for reminding me to say. Hold on. Oh, okay, that's a good stretch. And I will hydrate. And if you take meds or vitamins and this is around the right time for you to take those, this is your reminder to do so. I appreciate it, but and I love you. I will say right now. You know what? I've decided I'm not really gonna redo the love one anyway, so I'm just gonna delete that from there. Okay. Let's move scared. Oh, I can't? Oh. Move scared up here. Let's move gun. Or glow stick. Let's move glow stick. Why can't I move this? Ah, because I have the wrong thing selected. Again. Actually, where was that? Okay, braids just touching the edge there. And head just below the top. There we go. Scared, you can move on up here. And you can move on up over here. Select. Deselect. Okay. Brain. The brain juices. Okay, well, an easy one would be the sheep march. Let's start with that. Let me actually find a reference of my own little sheepies. String stuff, backgrounds. No. Stream art, backgrounds. No. Assets. No. Banners. Yes. Okay. Okay, and then there's a little. Hold on. Okay. A little. Wait a minute. Okay. Now we can do. Okay. And then do sheeps walk? Do they do it like the horse way or the... I think it's this way. Now we make it chunkier. This just doesn't look right. Cool. Thank you for following Mr. Stelzuli? I hope I said that right. I probably didn't, but welcome in. Feel free to correct me. You are now one of my little sleepyheads. Welcome to the slumber party. We be sleepy here. Select. Deselect. Oh, that. Oh, that. Oh, yeah, the ear. How could I forget the ear? Okay. I feel like the face needs to be bigger. Welcome in. I am so sorry. How do I say your name / what would you like me to refer to you as? Okay. The sheep merch is easy enough. Maybe I'll just call it sheep loop. Merch. Sheep merch. Doot. Okay. Circle. Duplicate. Put one in there. Hello? Oh. My pen is old and falling apart. Duplicate. Duplicate. And duplicate. Okie dokie. Okay, the face looks not right. I have no idea here. Is it the eyes that are off? Doo-doo. Oh yeah. Okay.
What kind would you like, Moshi?
Can I have an ah?
Is that what you meant? You're so precious. Perfect? Okay, cool. I'm really not sure what you meant. Was that correct? Perfect, okay.
These look like crab claws. I don't know. This just looks like edgy eye makeup. Like clown makeup. Just ate breakfast and cleaned everything and I'm hungry again. You spent all your breakfast energy on the cleaning. Hold up. Beep, bop, boop. Oh, music. Should I do a different mouth? Oh jeez, that's creepy. I think maybe a little V mouth. Feel that emote is gonna jump at me like a jump scare. Booga booga. Did I get you? Are you spooked? Do you feel like this? Brain. Okay, this can be horns. Yes, exactly like this. Excellent. I spooked you. This is just supposed to be like a... I don't know. How do you describe it? Like, you know when an anime character, like, is wearing glasses and looks down a little bit and there's, like, that little gleam in their glasses? That. Doo-doo-doo. The forehead is so high up, though. Oh god. Okay. Ah. What we doing here? Cool emotes? We are doing some cool emotes. Hello, Script Weaver. How are you? give you a better look at them in a second. Okay. Okay, there we go. We've got some new ones on the way. We're also soothing. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Doing good. Hope you're doing better though. I am sleepy, but good. Yeah, we've got a 2.0 debut on the way, so we're prepping some emotes. Gonna touch up the current ones. Probably not redo many, but just touch up. We've got smug, plead, wheeze, scared, nani, glow stick, ooh, head pat, shy fingers. We're combining to 3.7 hours. Makes sense that you're sleepy. Oh no, no, I'm just like that. I'm just sleepy perpetually. An a little giggle, a yippee creature of my very own, kiss blowing, hype, a woggle, thingy majiggy, a lip bite, dead, staring, nod, sheep march, cozy, gun, angry, and egglet. I feel like it's not actually, it doesn't extend that far, but I feel like we need something like that. Okay. Okay. Good that you're shucks, that's so sweet. Yeah, how did you know? How did you know? We could do dance or the tongue wiggle. I need to find a good reference for the tongue wiggle. I feel like this is the... I don't even know what to call it. Mischievous? Mischievous? One of those. Okay. Let's move that over here. Dance can be number 2. And this one can be number... More likely it's going to be the other way. Okay. Oh, no. Boop, there we go. Okay, honestly, I think that's all I got in me for tonight. Not quite 4 hours, so a little bit of a shorter stream, but fun. Aw. But, I've been eepy. And hold on, I cannot think for the life of me. Thank you for following, Script Weaver. You are now one of my little sleepy heads. Welcome to the slumber party. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I am going to just close that up. shut this down. And my tablet is old as hell, so hopefully it doesn't just turn back on. Do you have a Twitter or something? I do have a Twitter, I just don't really post. I am going to be posting on my YouTube starting Tuesday. So I believe VODs will be on Tuesdays, one short a week on Thursdays. That'll be starting the upcoming week. Twitter, I don't know, man. I don't do that much like art that I can share, you know? Thank you for being here, Mushi. For the Mushi. Thank you for the Mushi. Thank you for the Mushi. Oh, thank you for following Pizza Roll Fanatic. I only caught the last 5 minutes of your stream, but your emotes look sick. Yay! Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I will be streaming Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, starting 8 p.m. PST. I usually go longer than this, but today I'm a little underswept. Also, Mushi, I love you so much. Hold on. Mushi, my favorite artist. She is incredible. She also did the emote that she just used. She's so talented and amazing. Adore her. Let's see who is on, shall we? Oi, oi. Oi, nothing. Mushi, amazing. Let's see. Mushi is the bestest. Mushi is an incredibly talented artist. Adore her. Let's see. Thank you for the stream. I was only here for a short time. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the support and the company. Thank you. I would love to see you again. This ad. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, this person is PG-13, so that'll be a no. Mushi, does anyone have any stream raid recommendations? Jacka's playing Brown Dust too. I just don't really know Brown Dust. Thank you. Okay, let's go to Jacka then. They are currently playing Brown Dust 2, which I believe is a gacha game that I know nothing about, but I do know what it's like to be on that gacha grind. So and I like Jacka. Jacka's great. Okie dokie. We've got the raid message. Hold on, Nightbot isn't subbed, so this is what the raid message, if you're subbed, looks like. If not, you can do the heart one. Thank you so much, everybody who came in, for being here. I appreciate it greatly. I will be back on Wednesday, and I hope to see you guys again there. I hope you all have a wonderful night and the sweetest dreams, and that I get to see you soon. Bye-bye.